Christmas 1985. Welcome everyone, this is Master's Joke, also Master's Joke 75 on Instagram. As it's the festive period, I thought I'd have a look at my Millennium Falcon, which I got from Tesco's, Edmonton Green, £12.99, let your eyes be your guide. Their famous massive sale where I got loads of Star Wars figures, including Yak Face and loads of the last 17. I mean, my Millennium Falcon is featured in some videos over the last couple of years in the background, on display in the toy room, but I don't, I've not really done much with it. It means so much to me that I've actually got two Millennium Falcons that I bought for parts, probably within the last maybe 5 years. And I just can't, I don't know, maybe I'm strange, but I just can't make any changes. Because this ship means so much to me, and I've had so many adventures with my figures, and I never dreamed of owning it. Even though I've got new parts that I can just add to it to complete it, the only thing I don't have is the little ball that goes inside. You know, the remote for Luke to practice on, and I'm sure I can pick one of those up. But I just don't feel that I could replace the damaged parts that have been damaged from my adventures. So I thought I'd show you just what condition it's in. So I did put you see, the thing is, once I moved out of my mum and dad's house, I had nowhere to display the Millennium Falcon. So it sat, I always got it out from time to time, but it sat, I think it sat in a wardrobe. I'd covered it all up and everything. It's got some yellow in, it's a bit dusty at the moment, because as I said, it's been on display for a few years in the toy room. It's in all right condition, but as I say, I'm not fussed about the condition, because I just, you know, it's got its original stickers, but it's been played with to death, absolutely played with to death. And I could clean it all up. I mean, I've cleaned it over the years, but not to the point where I fully restored it. Whereas I did think about it. I mean, it doesn't work anymore, but that's probably because on my adventures I crash landed in the bathroom sink a few times. Played with it in the garden so many times as well. I mean, this door no longer stays shut, and again, so that's an easy replacement. But why? I just don't think it'd be the same ship if I start changing parts around. And I know it sounds ridiculous, because that's what I bought the two Millennium Falcons for. But yeah, basically everything on here is original from my original ship. The only thing that I have replaced is, I did stick some blue lights in there. I don't know if you can see. I think the batteries are running down, and I think I am going to remove them. And that was just for display. But the cockpit, the cockpit glass, yeah, I mean, that's full of LED lights. That I lost that years ago, so I bought a cheap one on eBay, and it needs a clean, because it's got like dots of paint on there, as if I don't know what the previous owner was doing. I think I only spent £5 on it, but I just felt it needed the cockpit glass. So that's not the original cockpit glass that I had, but everything else is. Yeah, it has got a little bit of a yellow into it as well, but I've made a few repairs over the years. But as I say, I've almost got every single part. But where do you end? I sort of, what I like about this, because the two Millennium Falcons that I've got, which are in the loft, they're all covered in bubble wrap, all cleaned up. One of them's got its original stickers. One of them has been stripped bare, ready for new stickers to be applied, which you can pick up on eBay. And these stickers are all kind of faded and kind of, I mean, if if you look on the actual lid. I mean, look at the state of the stickers. But they're the original stickers from Christmas 1985. And I'm not fussed. You know, like some people, they have to buy, everything's got to be original. You can't have any repro or anything like that. This isn't about that. This is about the fact that these stickers were applied by me back in Christmas 1985. So, and I just love this ship so much. So yeah, I mean, I could have this back to, you know, original, you know, condition, but it's my condition, and I think that's what I like about it. I'm a sucker for nostalgia. So the other weird thing is, over the years, well, when it went into storage, when I lived at my mum and dad's, and then I moved out, got my own place, I used to put bits and pieces in there. So it's got a lot. I mean, I don't know if you can see there. It's got a lot of junk from my childhood in here. So let's actually have a look and see what we've got, and then we can have a look, like a proper look at the condition of my original 1985 Millennium Falcon. It's a great play set. It's not the best play set in my opinion, but it's a good play set. Oh, by the way, the two Millennium Falcons I've got in the loft, they both work as well. So I bought them both off eBay, but they both work. And I'm sure I could get this one running again, the little motor running again. I'm sure I can. But we've got, so these, let's have a look. So this is my original, these are my original Ewoks from back in the day. So these are the original ones. I've got loads of these, but these are my originals. And I think I've got the accessories as well. Are these my originals? No, I don't. Do you know what? No, they're not. These aren't my originals, but these are complete ones. My originals are in the Rebel Transport, which I haven't opened. Oh, must be over like maybe 15. Because it's been on display in a toy room, but maybe 15 years, 10, 15 years, I've not opened the Rebel Transport, which in my opinion is the best play set. I've always wanted one. I need to check it because it's got all my original figures in there. Great for storage, including the Ewoks as well. So maybe I'll get a chance over Christmas to have a look, seeing as it's from Christmas 1985. So I've got my little Ewoks. Now I've got this guy. My mum bought me him, but it's like a Japanese robot, and I used to play with him because, as I said, I didn't have all the Star Wars figures until 1985. I only had a handful. So any figures that I did have, they'd be part of the adventure. Now that's why I've held on to him. So I have him and his brother. I don't know much about them, but the reason I've kept them is because I absolutely love them. I think they're great. They do look Japanese, and I'd love to know more about them, and I'd love to pick up something, you know, some in good condition. So I do hold on to everything. But I used to love playing with these guys when they had all their limbs. I think they shot things out of their arms as well. I'm sure they did. But I don't know anything about them at all, because my mum would have bought them for me, probably for a birthday or a Christmas. Probably a birthday, I imagine. Probably one for me and one for my little brother. And I would have played with them to death. But I've got no idea where they came from. So they probably weren't birthday presents. They were probably just a present from my mum that she bought in a cheap shop. And I would have just ripped, like I normally do, just ripped open the card back, not knowing where they came from, what their names were, and just played with them to death. So I've got them in there. This was what, does it count as a custom? This is Bo from, because we had Luke and Bo from the Dukes of Hazzard, Mego, because one Christmas, it was a brilliant Christmas, but I got the, and I remember this would have been when I didn't believe in Father Christmas anymore, but we were down the market at Edmonton. It was like a Sunday market, and my dad, he got me the Dukes of Hazzard General Lee, which came with Luke and Bo, and then over the years his legs broke, and that's what happened with these figures. So his legs are one of the guys from the Black Hole, and I just glued it on. I must have been about, I don't know, maybe 9 or something. So it's the Black Hole guy's legs. that someone gave me the figure, and he was damaged, and I just I believe Bo had like jeans, like blue legs. I don't know what happened to them, and I just glued them on. But look, you can see the glue's coming off now. But I had great adventures, and that's one of the. In the new year, my wife has ordered me that I've got to sort out my son's toys. And I remember, you stop playing with a toy for a while, and then when I go and look for it, my mum's giving them away. So I'm lucky to have all my Star Wars stuff, but my General Lee, again, played with to death, figures broken. My mum got rid of it, a bit like my Mego Batmobile from the 70s. She got rid of that. That was all smashed up at the front from doing stunts down the stairs, but I wish I still had it, and I'd like to pick another one up. So I've got him. There's a few Action Force guys in here that I picked up over the years. You know, the diver, no accessories, but again, he was part of the adventure. Here's another diver. He's got a bit. I don't know what that stuff is on his head. Never noticed that before. But again, I'd never get rid of these guys. I mean, they're played with to death condition. They're not worth anything, but I had such good times with them. And then the soldier as well. He's got a similar thing happening to his head. Could do with a clean. And I need to clean Chuffy Futter's figures that he gave me as well. This guy, again, I don't know what his name is, but I believe he was my brother's, because my brother got the big plane for his birthday one year. I think he might have saved up for it or something. I don't know. And I think he's Action Force as well. But I don't really know much about Action Force because I only had a handful. But they're in quite good condition. But these are originals from the 80s. And then I've got my droids as well. So these are droids that I picked up over the years. Oh, he still works. So R2, he comes with the little kind of backdrop. I didn't realise there was so much stuff in here. So yeah, that's a lovely looking droid, that. But yeah, these guys live in the Millennium Falcon. And what I like about these droids, these are the Hasbro ones where they have the little transparent plastic on top, so it lets a little bit of daylight in, and it appears that his kind of eye lights up. Yeah, lovely droid. I've always loved the droids. Another one there. So if I had more room, I could display them all. And we've got R2. I'm trying to think. Oh, is this the R2 where you twist him? I don't know. Was he from the Phantom Menace? I'm pretty certain he's from the Phantom Menace. Oh, I can't remember. I'm not sure the Phantom Menace was that shiny. No, he's Power of the Force. He's Power of the Force 2. I don't know, he's got a little bit of yellowing on the front, only slightly, but again, a great figure. Is that a brown astromech droid? He's nice, he is. Here's another. I think is he Power of the Force? These ones look similar. Because these guys used to be on display in my first flat that I purchased. I had two flats, one I rented and then I bought a place. But they used to be on display. I had a cabinet from IKEA. That's probably where the yellowings come from. I wonder where they came from. because I would have bought two the same, but they must be the same figure, but different cards or something, a different variant, I don't know. So I'll have to do a little bit of research on these guys. Then we've got these for Christmas one year. Spock and Decker, but because he wore yellow, and I didn't realise that because I'd never seen the motion picture till I was a bit older, I used to call him Kirk. So he was always Captain Kirk to me, playing with my figures. And I had one of each. And my younger brother, he also had these two figures, and he left his Decker in Ireland. We were on a trip to Ireland, and then a year later we came home and we went over, and they gave him back to us. So yeah. So and I've still got all four. Two of them are on display in my my garage stroke man cave. That's the dishwasher that you can hear in the background. What else we got? Oh look, here's the rest of that guy from the black hole. I can't remember his name, but yeah, he was really damaged and his legs had come off. So I decided to glue bow to his legs. I'd love to get all the black hole figures again. I've still got bits and pieces here and there. I never really get rid of anything, but that's good. And then I had this guy. My mum, I don't know. My mum bought me him, probably from a cheap shop. He's like some, I don't know. He's like looks like he's in an asylum or a castle or something. He's chained up. But I used to play with him as well because he's a similar size. He'd kind of be in the background when I used to make a base or something. Oh, here's the accessories of the Ewoks. So there's the accessories. So they're two complete Ewoks, but they're not my originals. And then here's my face and Hannibal. They're both in bits, played with to death, and they came with my Wimpy. I've tried to do some research on this, but these were they were in baggies. We went to Wimpy because we wanted to get the 18 figures. Me and my younger brother, my mum, my aunt, and my two cousins, who I saw again after a long while at my cousin's funeral the other week. And yeah, these were in baggies, and I got Hannibal. No, I got Face. My younger brother got Hannibal. My cousin got BA, and his sister got Murdoch. And that's why we went in. It was Wimpy in Stamford Hill, and that's why we went there to get our 18 figures. I've got to say, it's the best free gift that I've ever got from a fast food joint. Brilliant. But I'd never get rid of them. I've bought replacements. I've tried, growing up, I tried gluing them back on. But that's one of the things with these figures. They're always breaking. But again, I'd never get rid of them. And here's a couple of legs from those Japanese. Oh, here's a couple of legs from those Japanese robots. But yeah, I think that's everything inside the Millennium Falcon. So yeah, I think I will remove those lights. But what I'll do, I'm gonna have a proper check. Because I think what's that in there? I don't know what that is. And then we'll have a proper look inside and see if it is worth restoring or just keeping it as it is. Right, so the Falcon's all empty. Han and Chewie, these are the retro collection versions. One thing I've noticed about the retro collection, the first wave, is they weren't very good at holding their weapons when they first came out. These guys have been on display in the toy room. The only figure that would hold his weapon was Chewie, but I've noticed that now even Chewie, because his crossbow was quite tight. Chewie is a little bit too shiny, but now his crossbow, it just falls. So I don't know what's happened to the plastic. It just kind of falls out of his arms. That is really disappointing. Han, he couldn't really hold his weapon either. It's literally he doesn't. The pegs on his feet are too big, so he can't stand on a stand anyway. And his gun is just kind of I don't know. He's basically just balancing because it's it was. I love the retro collection, but it was a bit poor because they just can't hold the weapons at all. But but as I've mentioned on previous videos, especially with the last wave that I reviewed, which was episode 2 and episode 3, they hold the weapon so tight. So this early days, but not the best Star Wars figures ever. But good to have them. Good to have them. So yeah, I've emptied the Millennium Falcon. So this is basically what it does need a clean. I think I am going to give it a clean. So this is what it's looking like. I'm going to remove all of these lights. What's that? I'm trying to see what that is. I recognise that weapon. Is that from a? I'm sure that's from Beast Wars. There's a couple in it. Was it Beast Wars? The little What if there's another weapon in there. I'll try and get it out. I'm sure that is from. Was it Beast Wars? And if you touch their chest, they had different kind of holograms. It was either water, fire. I can't remember, but I'm sure that is their weapons. I remember having a couple growing up. I've got one strut left. So as I said, I bought replacements when I bought those two Falcons from eBay. But yeah, this is the original, so it's a little bit broken on the end there. But I kind of think it's all part of the adventure. I lost the first one back in the 80s. Broke this in the 80s. I don't know. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Should I restore it fully or leave it as it is? Because I can restore the ones that I've got in the loft. I don't know. Might be a project for 2025. I mean, even the table. I even remember how I damaged the sticker. I had a little mini can of Fanta, a really mini can, and I blue tacked it onto the table. When I took it off, it ripped the sticker. So you can easily buy stickers on eBay, but do I want to? Because it's got a story. It's got the gunner's chair in there. The actual guns themselves, the pegs got damaged over the years. So that's been glued on. Got the original door, but like a lot of the doors, it's kind of snapped a bit. But it's not in bad. It's not in bad nick. It's still got the stickers in there. But yeah, I had just so many happy times with this. It's got the original dish. Yeah, it does need a proper clean. Yeah, it's got a lot of thick dust on there. I did let my son, when he was a baby, I let my son play with it. So he's 11 now, so he would have been like maybe 1 year old. And he, I don't know how he did it, he damaged it there. So there's a little, I know the plastic gets a bit more brittle, but he did that. So yeah, so it's got, it's got great memories. So I don't know, should I restore it? It's a bit loose here with the legs, but then I did have some weight in it. I don't know. I don't know. I think I like it the way it is. One thing I haven't seen is the floor, the escape hatch. I was sure that I still had it. Yeah, I'll remove the light. What I think. Let me know what you think I should do in the comments below. I mean, I've got this out to have a look at it because it's one. I talk about Christmas 1985 all the time. It's an original from Christmas 1985. Needs a proper clean. Whatever I do, it needs a proper clean. I mean, that sticker's not in the best nick there, but it's original. And when I say it's original, it's from my original childhood. Let me have a look at the lid. So I really thought I had the floor where they hid. So maybe I didn't. Maybe that's why I bought those two Millennium Falcons. Maybe I've lost that bit. I don't know, thinking about it, maybe it would be nice to completely restore it. I could keep some things. Maybe keep the original stickers. I don't know. I don't know what I should do with it, but it's the original. It's my original toy from 1985. I don't know. Great to see it though. Yeah, I definitely want to get rid of those wires. The batteries have gone now. But yeah, really good to see it. I'm so glad. So glad I've still got it after all these years. And as I said, it's one of the best toys ever made. And I never thought I'd have one. I never thought my mum and dad would be able to get one. And it was only because, and I've said this many times, Christmas 1985, my mum was in the second-hand shop in Ponders End. She saw the Rebel Transport, which is what I always wanted. I always wanted the Rebel Transport because my cousin had one. I'd seen it a couple of years before. She had her figures inside. I fell in love with it because it had so many features. And she picked up a Rebel Transport. She knew how much I wanted it for £7 from the second-hand shop, as well as I think it was a TIE Interceptor, I think. But the wings were broken. She brought them home. She said, "Look, I got you these. These are for Christmas." And then, it must have been a week later, we went to, we always went shopping in Sainsbury's, but we went upstairs in Tesco's. It must have been a Saturday, because that's where all the toys were, and the clothes, and records, and things like that. I remember looking at the toys, because I used to like looking at the He-Man toys as well. They had loads of Star Wars stuff in there. I mean, the memory's so fresh in my mind. The Millennium Falcon was $12.99, but the Rebel Transport was $6.99. 1p cheaper than the second-hand one, which had everything missing from it. And yeah, she bought it. She bought the Millennium Falcon. I'll never forget that day. The Rebel Transport, loads and loads of figures. This is all for Christmas. And then she went back to the second-hand shop with my dad, got their money back. And they said, I remember my dad said that the reason they were selling it for £7 was because they were selling it cheaper than Argus. Argus, I think it was a lower price in Argus than when it originally came out. But it was still expensive, too expensive for my parents. But $12.99, let your eyes be your guide. Honestly, I couldn't believe it. And that is why it is one of the best Christmases as a kid that I ever had, because I never dreamed of owning the Millennium Falcon. But my favourite ship of all was the Rebel Transport. And I'm so glad I've still got that as well. But I need to check my original figures out, which contain some of the last 17. Because my good friend Ed in New York, he did ask me to take a look. So, and that's where I keep a lot of my figures. So I've got 5, I love it so much, I've got 5 Rebel Transports in total. So yeah, hopefully over Christmas I'll be able to dig out my Rebel Transport, which is on display, it's in my Hoff display. And have a proper look in there and see what figures I've got in there. But yeah, that is the end of the video. That's just a little trip down Star Wars Christmas 1985 memory lane. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a good Christmas as well. I love Christmas. I adore it. But yeah, I'll never forget Christmas 1985. It was just unbelievable, you know. Unbelievable, and I'm so thankful to my parents for getting me this ship. But yeah, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It lets me know you care. It also helps the channel. Look at that. It's just a great ship. Look at it. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Have a great Christmas, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.